To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under Biebs. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
Welcome back, everybody, to Two Less Lonely Girls. I'm Rosebud Baker.
I'm Corinne Fisher.
And you wrote to us. Mm-hmm. You tweeted at us. Mm-hmm. You texted us directly, some of you.
Wow.
No, nobody did. But I needed a third thing.
Anyway, that's going to be scary. We're going to need to talk to people about that.
Yeah, no. But we're here to talk about Free Britney.
Free Britney. The hashtag that has been swarming.
That's not
the right
the
word,
hashtag
but it
heard
felt
around
good.
the world.
Yes.
And we are, I hadn't had time to look into this. Corinne hadn't had time to look into this, but we finally did.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I don't know how I usually am very on top of that, but for some reason, I just didn't. When people were talking about Free Britney, I was like, does this have to do with Chris Crocker and leave Britney alone? I was like, what is going on?
No, I was just kind of, when a movie comes out and everybody's so crazy about it, and I'm just I'll be like, no, I'm not going to see it. For some reason, that was my reaction.
That was just me and Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just deep down, I wanted to know. I could tell it was juicy. I could sense it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know what? No. It's not. And then I found out that this broke on another podcast. And now I'm like, oh, maybe some part of me knew that another podcast found it first. And so I was rebelling against it. No.
But that's okay, because it's a podcast specifically about Britney Spears. So it's not like they were breaking Justin Bieber news and then we had to fucking go street fight West Side Story style.
Which we would. I would dance fight the fuck out of them. No,
you'd have to be a jet though, because there's no way. Very white.
If I was a shark, there would be people would be resisting me. There would be a fight. Anyway, so I looked into it today. I listened to the podcast. The podcast that this broke on is called Britney's Gram, and it's run by two comics in LA. They're very funny. It's so funny because they have the same. They started it as a fun kind of idea. Just we both love Britney. And then they were saying on the podcast how it just got so dark so quickly. And I feel like the same thing has happened to us where you start off and you're yeah, I have this fun idea. It's just a fun, silly thing. And then you start to actually learn about the celebrity and you're like, oh,
that's just a larger commentary on what it is to be a celebrity, though, because I think celebrities, we all get to know a little bit about them. But when you get to know the whole picture of somebody, the whole story, just like when you know a real life person, there's a lot of darkness there most times. And then magnify that by about 5 billion.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
That's what it is to be a celebrity.
Yeah, dude. I was talking to somebody this week who's more famous and than not more famous than Britney Spears, but who's
I was like, wow,
who just got more famous, and
yeah.
And they were talking about how it's so hard to just meet a person and hook up with a person because they don't know who to trust and what
of course.
to. And I was like, yeah, it's so isolating.
Male or female?
I can't give that away because people will find out through my Instagram, and I don't want to
okay. I mean? Just by the sex? Okay.
Yeah, just from stories and shit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Anyway, so but it's isolating. It's an isolating thing. And anyway, I looked into this, and here's what happened. If you're not up to date on it, is Britney Spears has been in a mental institution, right? And the rumor was that she was in this mental institution for about a week. And then on Britney's Gram, they have a hotline, more professional. They have a hotline, and somebody who used to be a paralegal at Britney's lawyer's office called in and was like, you guys are really on to something. Britney's being controlled by her team.
I love that a paralegal is listening to this Britney podcast and then also calling it.
I know.
Like, that is so wonderful.
I know, just being like actually like checking in.
People love giving the tea though, because I mean, like, that's like, you know, how easy it was to just have total strangers meet me in my hotel room.
Yeah.
Like, I just
They love it.
I was like, I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I was so appreciative, stunned, but appreciative of it.
100%. I mean, and he's like, I can't reveal who I am. I no longer work there. But basically,
was it a gay man?
No,
Really?
not that I could tell. You know, it wasn't
straight man. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I mean, he didn't say. I don't know.
Every part of it. Well, yeah, he wasn't a flamboyantly gay man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was. He said that actually Britney has been in this mental institution since January,
Right.
because she has refused to take her meds, and wasn't taking her meds, which had lost their efficacy. Is that if?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a word.
Yeah, they were not working anymore, and so then she was found or photographed in driving in an In-N-Out burger with her boyfriend, which is like a big no-no apparently. And just so you know, like, the reason why there's all these rules in Britney's life is that her dad is her, what's it called?
Conservator.
And the only way that I can describe it is like, if you guys saw that Beach Boys movie, that guy, what was it called? Anyway, the lead singer of the Beach Boys, he had a conservator.
Okay.
Who was like feeding him drugs and like took over his business affairs and shit.
Yeah, it seems like a odd thing to have a non-famous person with something to gain from the famous person to be the conservator.
Right.
That seems odd. And it's like, you think a parent would be a trustworthy person in this situation, but parents notoriously fuck over their famous kids. I mean, one simple case in point, you know, the Macaulay and Kieran Culkin's parents.
Yeah, for sure. And her dad has been her conservator since the 2007 breakdown. So that means that, and usually people don't have conservators unless they're like literally mentally ill to the point where they can't function on their own, like can't like they're in a coma, or like they're really old, or like
because they're fully taking care of every part, like even the little things: healthcare, food, clothing, personal care, transportation, recreation, housekeeping. It's your responsibility to make sure they're like clothed, well fed. You have to take them where they want to go, and then you have to make sure they're enjoying themselves. Maybe I need a conservator.
Honestly, part of me was like, I will sign up for that right now.
That sounds kind of good.
This is why I love hospitals so much.
What a sentence.
I really do. I just like,
is that what's making you feel less lonely?
It's like
this
being
week?
back in diapers. You know,
I don't like hospitals. I don't like being in
I was
hospitals.
reading about conservators and I was like, I want one.
I would like someone to push me around in a carriage.
Yeah, I want to be swaddled.
I would like that. Like,
And
not like a
breastfed.
horse and carriage, like a baby carriage.
Yeah, I just want to be swaddled and breastfed and taken care of. Is that too much to ask? Anyway,
I would do it if Diet Coke would come out of the nipples.
oh my God.
Because if I have to drink breast milk, I mean, there's just so many reasons I can't. I'm lactose intolerant, first of all.
I feel like if you breastfed from like probably Britney Spears, Diet Coke would come out of her nipples.
Oh, I mean, definitely. For her, I would say Mountain Dew.
For sure.
She has a real Mountain Dew vibe.
Yeah. Or Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist seems a little bit,
Or
Mountain
like
Dew is
Jolt.
very sugary. but for sure. Anyway, so there's all these rumors circulating that she's actually been in this mental institution because her dad put her there in January. And
reminder, she very publicly canceled her Domination Las Vegas residency, which was a huge deal because, I mean, like, that was a big deal. I was going to go
so much
see
money
that.
on the table.
Yeah, I mean, when you sign a Vegas residency, you stay there. Literally, Celine Dion is still there. I went there towards the beginning of her residency when I was 21 for my 21st birthday. I am now 33 years old. Celine is still there.
Yeah.
She has
dude.
not left.
It is like, it's money for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Anyway, so her dad forced her to cancel that. This is what the rumor is. forced her to cancel that because she wouldn't take her meds, and then put her into a mental institution, which according to Britney's gram, she's been in since January. And according to this paralegal, there is no date for her to get out. So
that's scary. But I mean, I guess if you're going into a facility, you can't give a date if you just don't know what the progress is.
You can basically sign yourself in for a week. Like,
oh, you're saying if you sign yourself in, but
there's no release date.
Right.
Yeah, if somebody else is signing you in, there's like no release date.
But it's like if you like went in the hospital for a physical injury, you wouldn't have a release date.
Well, that's what's so fucked up about it is it's almost like, well, yeah, you would though. You would have an idea. They'd be like, oh yeah, 3 weeks from now, something like this is indefinitely.
If you had like cancer, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate with the conspiracy theories.
Right. Okay. So basically she put out this video, speaking of devil's advocate, she put out this video this week, finally addressing all these rumors, being like, guys, I'm fine. There's a lot of stuff going on with my family. And apparently she's like, I just need a little bit of time and I need a little privacy. And then in the the caption underneath, she goes, the video was really brief, and she also
it looks straight up ISIS.
She looks like she is, I mean, I don't know. I look like that after fucking someone I regret.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's what I look like on January 1st if I go to Cipriani for an all-you-can-drink special.
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
Yeah, it was not great. And then furthermore, so remember like when they did the girls in the R. Kelly documentary, I don't know if you saw, they did videos where they, sat in front of a camera and were like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But like you can pause one of them apparently and see someone like kind of like directing or instructing in the background. I want to do that with this video because it just feels, I mean, number one, it's so vague.
Yeah.
It's very vague and it just feels like she was asked to do it.
Right.
Or instructed to do it.
Well, it definitely feels like she was instructed to do it. And then the caption seems even more like she was instructed to do it.
So many flower emojis.
So many and so many details. It's like, when you're lying and you just say a lot of more details than you need to.
Yeah, like it was really weird because it was like 5:23 in the morning and I was just like walking around in these like new shoes that I just got.
Yeah. And you're like,
what?
Okay. You're like, what does this have to do with anything?
Ate a bologna sandwich.
She says that she does address a couple of emails that were circulating. Emails that apparently were sent by Britney to her team. And one of them was sent directly to her father. Here's what the email says, okay? Father, I just received... Oh, wait, this is written on...
Father?
Yeah, father.
Is she a young British child?
Maybe she's just really mad, when you're like really pissed.
Father.
Okay, this was written on June 19th, 2007. Father, I just received your letter. You talked a lot about love. I've had plenty of thoughts about everything in life lately, love included. I am very angry and I probably got a little carried away telling you to go fuck a duck, but I do hate what has happened to me. You really showed him. I know you are my family and have every right to be concerned by my actions, but I still to this day feel like you guys went overboard by sending me away on a 16-hour flight that neither you or Mama really looked into. See, after my divorce, the biggest mistake I made was letting Larry walk into my hotel room. I worked with him. This is her old manager. I worked with him for 4 years of my life, but things are different now. I don't want to ever go back to that time because I'm not that person anymore. I do feel he influenced me in some of my behavior patterns, and it's really strange to have a manager send you to rehab who's the main one giving you drinks. He also knew I was getting rid of him the day before you guys have a plot to send me away. Which I guess she's saying he knew about this. Kevin 1 minute says he had nothing. Says he had nothing to do with sending me there. Then the next minute he says, I'm sorry, I didn't do it to hurt you. It's like everyone is full of shit. Then you give me your whole speech about all these people I should be calling and one lady getting a tattoo and all these things you people will help. Okay.
What?
The worst part is Kevin given the authority to come to my fucking house with his mom, who he planted weed with as a child. They bring their hippie ass selves into my motherfucking home I spent 2 years in building for his sorry ass, and he takes my 8-month my 8-month-year-old, and my 1-year-old. Fuck that and fuck you too. Yes, I have an anger problem, but it feels as though it's the only thing I can really own at this point. And my car.
She's kind of funny.
Yeah, she is funny. I'm sorry you feel I'm a joke and I'm a bad mother. Maybe one day I might just be good enough for you. But until then, keep sending me speeches about love. Okay, so that was in 2007 during her breakdown.
Honestly, that was a more coherent email than I would expect from Britney Spears.
But it's very Britney Spears. It's very like in her Instagram, she says that these emails were written by Sam Lufti, her old manager, pretending to be her.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. This doesn't seem, it's so, like when she says 4, she does the number 4. She like writes Lil instead of little. Like it's
hard to capture that, if you're faking you have to really be a kind of a genius.
Yeah. Like the way that, he's either like a great fucking impressionist behind a computer or like this was her. Now, a source close to Lufti strongly denies he wrote the emails. This is from theblast.com. Sounds like a real website.
We're going to come news all over your face.
Yeah, seriously. Strongly denies he wrote the emails and claims he never had access to any of her email accounts. Another email dated November 18th, 2007 has to do with the Piece of Me video shoot and accuses her advisors of going behind her back to take control of her scheduling and career. I will be taking charge of my career from now on, the message reads. A treatment for the video is also included. And the video pretty much matches exactly what the treatment says. The final email being circulated, also sent in 2007, focuses on Spears' alleged fear of her current business manager, Lou Taylor. There is a crazy lady, Lou Taylor, that has been sending stuff to my house, Spears allegedly wrote, adding, I don't know her, she is a stalker. The accusation claims Taylor, who runs TriStar Management, believes Spears is possessed and that she needs to come and kill these spirits. What?
Wow.
This is Illuminati shit. The email sent to Spears' attorney also claims Taylor's trying to communicate with Spears' father, and she is allegedly worried for her family's safety. Okay, so this woman who Spears was saying is a stalker, is crazy, is like trying to kill spirits or whatever, is now her fucking business manager. Her current business manager.
Okay, that's not great.
Okay, as we reported, Spears is set, this is also the blast, Spears is set to be released from the mental health facility imminently, and everyone around her is focused on the star's ongoing health and recovery. So, of course, they have to say that at the end of the article and, like, wrap it up in a nice bow. But I think based off of all of this, I was, like, reading it and going into it, and I was just like, this is, it's really fucked. And it makes me think that there's, like, a shitload more going on with Justin than any of us are aware of. Like, it just made me go, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, all these people have so many handlers. And what you will realize, behind every, just as like they say, behind every successful man is a strong woman. Like, behind every huge celebrity is some kind of a puppeteer.
Yeah.
It happens in everyone. Like, we've heard pretty closely. I don't know if you were also there, but someone I know pretty closely told me that Ariana Grande certainly has that going on in her life, and it's not just Scooter Braun; it's
she's
other
surrounded
people.
by so many people.
Exactly. So it's like they create this barrier, and it's like people that they feel safe with. But you know how people change. The more money you make, the more famous you are. It's really hard for human beings to act normal around celebrities, even if that celebrity is their own sister, their own kid, their own cousin, their own best friend. It's very, very, very strange.
Yeah. I will say that, I know that when Pete was dating her, that there were like people all around her all the time. Like they could never be alone.
Right.
And
that's why, I always thought Justin and Haley would do things like literally just like walk around the streets in hotel slippers. Yeah. Because at a certain point, you just got to get out of the car and walk and just do it. Like, they're not going to tackle you on the street.
Yeah.
Because then, the everyday people like us will see it.
Yeah.
And that ruins the
appeal.
And the mystery that they're creating.
I mean, maybe part of what Justin is doing is just getting away from his whole team so that he can get some fucking independence.
Yeah, he's been known to do that throughout his, even like the peaks of his career.
Yeah.
Because like for meet and greets, he would kind of just disappear for hours before he was needed and then come back whenever the fuck he wanted to.
Yeah.
He just is not someone who likes to be
Told what to
watched
do.
all the time. And I think in some ways, Britney Spears over the years has been a little bit more comfortable with that. But at a certain point, I'm sure, I mean, a long time ago, I think she started to go insane. And it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's sad to watch.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, it's like she had a breakdown and obviously a lot of money was on the line. And I think having somebody step in as her conservator probably at the time seemed like the only thing to do because people were so worried. But because she really was having a fucking breakdown. But once you get on meds and you're like an adult and you are, people have to step away, right? I mean, but I think that she's the fucking moneymaker in her house, right?
Oh, God.
Here's the other thing.
In her hometown, probably.
And her mom her mom shared the Free Britney hashtag, I think, or liked it and liked somebody's comment being like, oh yeah, Britney's dad is like controlling her and she needs to be set free and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So her mom liked those comments.
I wonder is Jamie Lynn on Twitter? Because I wonder what she's saying. Because I'm on Sam Lufti's Twitter right now.
What's he saying? I haven't read his.
Well, first of all, he doesn't have his own handle, but now I'm following just people talking about him. I thought he did have his own handle though, because wasn't he tweeting?
Somebody was saying that he was like really tweeting a lot. Sorry, I just vaped in your face.
Maybe this was his. This is his tweet. I don't know. Oh, maybe is it fucking down? Because it's just at Sam Lufti and I spelled it right. I know I did. Okay, fuck. That's even weirder.
Wait, it's down?
Wait, because I went to go to it and now it's just, it's just like when you search someone who doesn't have a handle, just like their name will come up bolded.
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening now. But wait, it has to be there.
Is he off Twitter?
I mean, it's not coming up anymore.
Well, when I looked him up the other day, I think that's why I hadn't seen it yet, because I looked him up the other day and I couldn't find him on Twitter.
I mean, that's weird. That's weird. So as of April 20th,
somebody said he was like tweeting a bunch of shit.
Yeah, as of April 22nd, he's on Twitter. He's doing these lots of tweets that are getting retweeted a lot. Today is Friday the 26th that we're recording this. He's not there anymore. He's not on Twitter.
Oh my God.
He's not on Twitter.
Okay, hold on. I'm Googling Sam Lufti.
And so when you
off Twitter.
Yeah, and when you do it, yeah, he's, people are still talking about him, obviously. Honestly, not a ton, but people also are probably spelling his name wrong and things like that. But all these fans, there's a ton of, super Britney fan accounts. And most of these Britney fans are on Sam's side. And kind of saying throughout the years, he's always been right. He's always been the one who was truly looking out for Britney. And we should listen to him.
Okay. So he definitely was on Twitter at some point because Perez Hilton wrote, I mean, this is in 2013.
No, on 4 days ago, he was on Twitter. That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck?
So it's maximum 4 days he's been off Twitter. Minimum could be, hours. We don't know.
But Perez Hilton, if he did post her like personal shit, it's not the first time that he allegedly has done that, because Perez Hilton wrote an article in 2013 saying that her ex-manager Sam Lufti posts alleged personal texts on Twitter revealing her turmoil with her parents and Jason Trawick. Wow. And he's had problems with Spears. He's had lawsuits against against her family.
Yeah, I have right here on someone posted on the highlights Instagram story that Sam Lufti had shared text messages that Britney had snuck text to Adnan. I guess that's the person she was dating. I don't know who Adnan is. I remember the name. That's someone she was dating, because sometimes she dates her reps, so I forgot. But like in 2009, she said, my mom and dad are so mean. They don't care about me. They just want my money and my babies. They stole my voice and scarred me for life. I will never forgive them. They tapped my phone, so we are gonna get in trouble. I hate my life. I've become a nobody. All they care about is money. They make up lies about you to all these fucking shady lawyers. Jason's the only person I can talk to, but he likes me and I don't feel the same, but he's good with my babies. I'm sad, so sad, lost, very lost. I mean, Jesus, it's like when you already are on kind of this, trying to go between mentally stable and mentally ill. And then on top of it, you cannot trust anyone. Like there's a point of fame that I think you reach where it's like, is there anyone you can trust?
Yeah.
And that's fucked up.
There's somebody on Twitter named Kendall 1111. Okay. I don't know who that is. But his picture is the Free Britney hashtag. Mm-hmm. And he tweeted, this is on the 17th, he tweeted, so I spoke with Sam Lufti and he thinks the only way Britney can get out of the conservatorship is with help from her current boyfriend, Sam Asghari.
Who's 25, mind you. I didn't know he was only 25.
I mean, good
She's
for
37. Her. Good for her. But I don't really trust a 25-year-old to help me with anything, except for setting up like a Twitter account.
Moving. Okay, so... Here's what the message says. Sam Lufti says, I have no NDAs. That's a non-disclosure agreement. Mm-hmm. And then Kendall asks, so what's the truth then? Do you think Britney is actually being held against her will and wants to get out of the conservatorship? I know for a fact that she used to text you back in 2009, but Jamie discovered it and took her phone away. Then Sam writes, it's complex. This conservatorship is 11 years in the making with no end in sight. Does anyone really think this is healthy for anyone? And then Kendall writes, I know it isn't. And that's why she needs to... Oh, wait. Maybe I'm reading these wrong. Which one is the blue?
The blue would be whoever Sam is talking to.
Okay. So then, then I'm reading this right. I know it isn't. And that's why she needs to rebel and find a way to get out of it. I know she recorded a track called Rebellion back then where she was exposing the industry and all of the dirty things they'd done to her. Was that song one of the reasons all of the craziness happened? And then Sam writes back, convince her boyfriend to help free her. He can help her contest the conservatorship. If he says she's fine, then I'm sure he's telling the truth. That's all Sam says. And this is on the 17th. So, and this is, I mean, obviously it could all be fucking photoshopped. Who the fuck knows? This is Twitter. But that's an interesting little tidbit, I think.
Another weird thing that's something that I wanted to point out is that, okay, so Britney cancels the whole domination thing in Vegas. Huge thing. I mean, I can't even...
multi-million-dollar
I can't even imagine
deal.
How many people got fucked over in that. And so I thought...
And also, it wasn't her who canceled it. It would have been her dad.
Well...
If her dad is the one who did it.
So I'm thinking like, well, she makes it seem like it's her decision, like in her Instagram post, because I remember seeing that, for just on my feed because I follow Britney.
But according to that guy, according to that guy who left the message on Britney's gram,
right,
the dad says blame it on the illness.
Right.
So
no, totally. But I'm like kind of like looking at it from because I don't want to just go along with like the Free Britney thing. Yeah. I want to kind of like look at it from all things. Right. But what I found was really weird was that so when she wrote that on her Instagram, she said my dad's very ill, and so in my head I'm thinking, oh my god, he has like dementia, Alzheimer's,
dying,
cancer, something really bad. And then in these articles, we learned that what happened was his colon ruptured, which isn't great, but that doesn't seem like something that you're gonna stop everything.
You're like, look, I can't work for the next 5 years because my dad's asshole broke.
Yeah, because so I'm looking online, and like one of the main questions is how do you know if your colon ruptures? Which that question right there tells me, is it that serious if you have to ask on Google, how do you even know if it happens? It says the primary symptoms of gastrointestinal perforation are severe abdominal pain and tenderness. And then how serious is it? Well, it's okay. It is potentially fatal, but it's a potentially fatal complication of IBD, which is that's an inflammatory bowel disease. I don't know what IBD is. I certainly know what IBS is because I know people with it. And that's a lot of times more just like anxiety causing stomach aches, honestly.
Right. But it does cause explosive shit.
Right. But again, like you're not gonna be like, oh, my dad can't stop shitting himself. I guess I can't sing toxic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Guess what else is toxic? My dad's colon.
Yeah. My dad's shitting glass, so I can't do this anymore. I mean, listen, I think obviously this family has issues with boundaries for sure. But I don't see if my dad's asshole, busted open.
It's like an OJ book. If I did it.
Yeah.
If my dad's
asshole busted open, I'm not going to stop my fucking Vegas tour. That's what I'm saying. That it's not going to happen.
Agree. And it kind of, and also it doesn't make sense.
Also, how am I going to pay for his fucking asshole to get fixed?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, I'm sure he has good insurance, but the thing is, it doesn't make sense, okay, because it's like we see her out. She's not seemingly like with her dad all the time. She's just kind of like we've spotted her living her life, and then she's in her own mental health care facility. So like it doesn't add up.
Right. Yeah. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all.
There's a lot of things here. I mean, there was also, like I said, a conspiracy theory video from a guy called Rewired Soul. He's just kind of explaining mental health care though. And then, I mean, Britney also, she responded, there's a Stereo Gum article that I also found. But I think that's just the same stuff in the same video. Like that's all there kind of is that weird Instagram video that she posted. What's her boyfriend's full name again? Because I want to look that up. They're always dancing together. It's very sexy. Britney Spears' boyfriend. Sam Asghari. There's too many Sams. That's why I get confused. Sam Asghari. Okay. No, he doesn't look to be on
I don't
Twitter
see him on
either.
Twitter. Yeah. It's very strange how everyone is off Twitter. Everyone on her team is just like off Twitter.
Someone on Twitter is claiming that Sam Asghari is a paid actor.
I mean, that seems a little extreme.
It does, but it's really funny.
That's like, come on, Britney's fucking hot. I don't know, man. Here's, on the one hand, I'm like, yes, free Britney. On the other, I'm like, so that I can live where she's living because I want someone to take care of me. You know what I mean? I just feel like, and she's not the only celebrity with a conservatorship. There's Amanda Bynes is another one who had a conservatorship and is apparently still under it. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you sent me an article about a couple of people that I didn't know were under a conservatorship. And again, like this is something that like the laws are different in every state. This is especially
in California.
Like, yeah, this is for California specifically. So, don't try to take over your famous friend's life just yet. Yeah. Because it might not be possible. But yeah, okay, so here in the article, it's like rebelcircus.com and it's like celebrities who are under the control of puppet masters, but it's an actual legal thing that you're allowed to do. So
also, Rebel Circus, just so you know, anyone can write for Rebel Circus. Like you can go online and you can send them an article and they'll publish it.
It's like Wikipedia.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know that because when I was looking for an online writing job, that's one of the first places that I looked to get published.
Well, yeah. So basically, after Amanda Bynes tweeted the tweet heard round the world, which was I want Drake to murder that pussy. Remember that one? In 2013, her mother noted that she would spend exorbitant amounts of money on complete strangers. For example, buying Cartier jewelry for people she met on the street. I mean, that's nice. These purchases were what Bynes' mother used to file for temporary conservatorship over her, and it was granted. The Daily Mail reported back in late February 2015 that the star was doing much better from where she was months ago, and that's all according to a family source. So that was one instance. And then apparently, this here Beach Boys founder Brian Wilson, as you said, was under the care of Eugene Landy, his live-in psychologist, which, what an interesting
That is the scariest.
thing.
What is that movie? I can't remember the name of it, but like if you want to know And if you're interested in like what a conservatorship is about, it's like that movie gives you a hell of a fucking idea. Hold on.
Okay,
Love and Mercy. Love and Mercy.
I haven't seen that. Who's in it?
Oh, it's so good. John Cusack, Paul Dano, Elizabeth Banks.
Yes, here for it.
Paul Dano.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. And it's like heartbreaking. Paul Giamatti's in it. It's just, the director's Bill Pohlad. Anyway, it's a great movie, and it gives you an idea of like when somebody takes over someone's life, as they did with the Beach Boys guy. It gets sad real quick.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And so then the one that's the most, the one that scares me the most on this list that you sent me is Brittany Murphy, because I see a lot of similarities when you think about it between Brittany Murphy and Britney Spears. Besides the fact that their names are both Britney. I actually just even digested in that now. It says, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who wasn't surprised by the sudden passing of Brittany Murphy. True. I still don't even fucking know the whole story.
I love her.
Young, talented, and beautiful. She passed away at 32. Her father was all but convinced she had been poisoned, a sentiment many fans echoed in the aftermath of her, some say, suspicious passing. Though Murphy wasn't controlled under conservatorship, her husband, according to The Hollywood Reporter, wanted a book to be written about her life to expose the secret manipulation that occurred while she was working in Hollywood. He wanted to expose the studios, producers, and talent reps he believed had used rumor and innuendo about her alleged lateness, inability to remember lines, drug use, and partying to destroy her career, wrote Alex Ben Block for The Reporter. That's true. I mean, because we don't really know, like, I want to Google Brittany Murphy cause of death, because what are they going to say? Overdose? Like, mixed up meds?
I thought it was overdose.
Cause of death. I thought it could have been, no, actually the cause of death is officially listed as pneumonia. An autopsy was performed the day after she died. Her death certificate listed the cause of death as deferred initially. And then on February 4th, 2010, the Los Angeles County coroner stated that the primary cause of Murphy's death was pneumonia with secondary factors of iron deficiency, anemia, and multiple drug intoxication. So it was like mixed medicines. And then when your body can't handle it because you're weak from pneumonia, or
Right. Okay.
Very
that was
weird.
Somebody fucking talked to the coroner. I feel like with that, it's crazy how fucking dark the shit is. It's so dark. Like, I mean, I just feel like we just got to keep an eye on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Part of me goes, it's funny because even though people are looking at Justin and being like, oh, he's crazy, like he's stepping away from music, he shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know, man. I mean, he might be really onto something here. I think maybe he's probably doing the best thing for himself.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he's getting sober. Because I think they keep these people medicated.
Oh, yeah. And then we forget. Oh, God, now I'm doing a deep dive on Brittany Murphy, because we forget this is some eyes wide shut shit, because fuck. Okay. So in January, he had a heart attack the week before Brittany Murphy's death.
Who? With
Simon, her husband, Simon Mojak. Okay. So he had a heart attack, and then because he's dead now. Do you know? I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
He died. So Brittany Murphy died in 2009. He died the year after, in 2010. And again, super young, 40 years old. He was found dead on the 23rd of May, 2010 in his house in Hollywood, according to the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. Law enforcement sources say the Los Angeles Fire Department was called there for a medical emergency after Murphy's mother, Sharon, found Monjack unconscious in the master bedroom, and then called 911. Again, the death also, they're saying, was acute pneumonia and severe anemia, similar to the causes attributed to his wife's death 5 months earlier in the same house. And he's buried next to Brittany Murphy at the Forest Lawn Cemetery. That's fishy as fuck. Two people of non-dying age, which is, I'm going to go with anything under fucking like 80, do not die of pneumonia.
And then mixed causes.
Especially people who are rich.
Also, what is this like multiple causes shit? Like this isn't, you're not getting a Bachelor of Arts.
I minored in anemia.
Yeah.
With a master's
like,
in
what's
pneumonia.
the fucking cause? You know?
Jesus.
That is so fucked.
Yeah, that's really, and it's so interesting how some things we'll talk about for a long time. Like, you know, when Michael Jackson died, we talked about his cause of death for a long time, and then some people were kind of like, oh, that we're almost blinded by the weirdness of the death and the youngness of the death, and then kind of just don't ask any more questions or believe whatever we're fucking fed by anything. And it's very strange to me. Okay, well, that was a deep dive. What is making you feel less lonely this week?
I started watching that show, You Should Leave.
Me too.
It's so funny.
I saw everyone talking about it on Twitter, and I was like, I gotta go. And I like watched 4 episodes at once, drunk on 1 beer last night.
Yeah, I think you should leave. It's so fucking funny. It's a great sketch show, and actually, the guy who produced it is Dan Powell, who also produced Schumer's show. So he's great, and this is just like a fucking great show. Like if you haven't, it's been a while since we've had a really great sketch show, and it's nice to have one back. I think the world needs it. Truly.
I like it. It was fun.
Yeah. So that's what's making me less lonely.
Poop humor. What's making me feel less lonely this week is Brazilian waxing. I'm back on it. I had a traumatic experience years ago at fucking European Wax Center, which, I mean, why don't you just have a kid pull it out with a gum on their hand?
Yeah.
That's what European Wax Center. You're garbage. As someone who used to work at a spa, you're fucking garbage, and they're not cheap either. So I love doing a little research on a spa center. Found a place. I'm not going to give it away because there's too many listeners. I can't give away. It's just too many people then show up, and then people will yell at me like, "Why did I get 50,000 calls?"
That's why I don't give away my dermatologist info.
Yeah, unfortunately. But anyway, again, you just get good at Yelp. You can figure it out. Put in your zip code. You know.
Yeah, do some research.
Takes 10 minutes. I didn't do anything special. No one tipped me off. But yeah, it's so nice. I just remembered. I was like, "Duh, you have to go to Russian women." Like, I don't know what I was thinking going to an American girl, letting her near my pussy hair. But
we are an aggressive culture.
Yeah. Oh, you're Russian?
No. I'm saying Americans.
Oh, because I'm Russian. Okay.
No, Americans. We want too much too fast.
Yeah, and it was just, and I mean, because first of all, like, no one really warned you, but you're in there, Pooh Bear style, shirt, no pants. People are sprinkling baby powder all over your wet pussy, and this woman, honestly, like, it just hurt so much less. I hadn't gotten it done in like years and years and years. So the first one was a little but like. At European Wax Center, it was the fiercest pain I had ever felt in my life, and I felt like there's too many women doing this, for that to be the case. So anyway, find a Russian lady named Olga. Mine was legit named Olga. That's not even being beautiful. Racist. And and get that pussy waxed if you like. That's my choice. I don't like hair.
Okay.
Like anywhere on my body.
Good.
Gotta get my arms done too. In fact.
Good for you. I've never waxed in my life, and I never will.
Oh, really? Good. No, I like that about you.
Yeah.
No, I've been like since I got pubic hair, it like itches me. Like it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like when I was like, I made this decision when I was 12 years old, basically.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like society.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like, I don't like this in my underwear.
It's always society, but I hear you. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, get your pussies waxed if you want to,
and don't if you don't want to,
and don't if you don't want to, and watch. I think you should leave.
As we send us more tips on Free Britney. Oh my God, leave that mental health facility.
Make room for people who want to be swaddled.
She needs some cucumbers on her eyes and just a nice back rub,
just
but not
a
from her
nice
dad.
Makeup wet wipe would be good. Just wipe off the last month's makeup.
Oh gosh, you can follow us on social media. I'm at Philanthropy Gal.
I'm at Rosebud Baker. Oh, this is coming out tomorrow, right?
Well, it's Monday.
Oh,
the
shit.
day the
Monday.
podcast comes out, yeah.
Is Monday the day that I'm... okay, so Monday. So May 1st, I'm going to be in LA for a taping. I've already posted a link for reservations. Hopefully by the time this comes out that it won't be totally sold out. But it's on my Instagram, so come out for that.
And Boston, I'll be up and you Friday, May 3rd. Honestly, it might be sold out already. I didn't check. There was only like 40 tickets left. But me and Christina are headlining the Women in Comedy Festival.
Fuck yeah.
At the Wilbur Theater Friday, May 3rd. Going to be super fun. And we'll see you there. Follow Mike Coscarelli, our producer, at Mike Coscarelli. The theme song is by Sarah Dooley. And if you have any tips, just hashtag them on Instagram or Twitter. TLLG tips. Thanks. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.